In today's story, it's finally over. It's time to get back to the plot. All my fellow feature outlaws, this is this card games versus humanity, and I'm the Anna Double G. Here with that recap of that show that I think is called Duel Monsters. I don't know, it's been a little while, and I'm just kind of sick of hearing Noah's voice. Hopefully I won't have to do that much longer anymore. So if you enjoyed, don't forget that sub, that bell, that like, become a member of the channel or the Patreon if you want to support me. Leave a comment telling me if just like Father Kaiba, you turn into a giant red mass of shitty animation every time something doesn't go your way. Like seriously, we're just not gonna ask how the hell he's able to do that. Also seriously, can we trust Noah, says Joey? Can we trust him to lead us to the exit of this place despite him fucking with us multiple times already? I mean, the answer is obviously no, but Yugi says there's no other way out and we have nothing left to lose by trying. A rare situation where he says that and it's actually true.
How could you betray me? And after everything that I've done for you?
Yes, how could you do such a thing after all I've done for you? All the isolation and constant berating that you weren't good enough to be my son. All the times I should have been there for your childhood even though I was too busy killing innocent people with weapons so you could take over the barren wasteland when I was finished. It was all meant for you, Noah. Father Kaiba begs Noah not to do this because he's gonna need another psychopath by his side to handle in all the new server invite. Immediately giving up and turning into this weird red fucking demon thing that kind of looks like a shitty version of possessed Dark Soul and charging at Seto Kaiba. This forces Seto to say the same thing he says anytime a female joins the online guild of the game he's a part of.
You're nothing but a corrupt computer file infecting this system.
Seto says, if you want to have my body, then why don't you do me like a man? This apparently stops him from being such a cowardly heel, forcing him back to his side of the arena because of ego, honor, and just general stupidity. He attacks with Exodia Necros, but it's stopped by Seto's trap card, Negate Attack. Take a fucking guess what that does. I mean that he already has a way to take down Exodia, and his voice went down by about 10 octaves, so you know he's actually serious and calm by this point.
I've already figured out a way to defeat it.
Then do it, boy!
I refuse to believe there wasn't at least 30% racism behind that statement. We head back to the game and to- what the hell? No, I refuse to believe Giant Soldier of Stone can move that quickly. You're lying. Just stop it. You are lying. Our heroes realize for the 122nd time that they can summon monsters. Joey tells his sister to run away out to the exit so they can hog all the experience for themselves. Also, I hope that they can see that Tristan is doing this because he clearly is doing it as hard as he can. Back to the duel, Seto uses strength to cut Exodia Necros' attack points by half because having monsters that are immune to card effects is just something we cannot conceive of yet. Contributing Force Raider for Luster Dragon and attacking Exodia for 1,000 points of direct damage onto Gozoboro. Proving that while the monster itself can't be destroyed, if the duelist controlling him is a punk-ass bitch, he surely can. It's Gozoboro's turn now, and despite having 6 frickin' cards in his hand, all he can do is move to the battle phase immediately without question. Honestly, if this is how he ran his company, then I'm starting to understand how 2% of it went to a fucking 7-year-old. Luckily for him, he is finally successful, destroying the Luster Dragon for 1,400 points of damage and raising his attack points all the way up to 4,800. Let's ignore that though and pay attention to Tristan, Taya, and Serenity getting uploaded to the real world finally, revealing that they are actually inside these strange pods the entire time. But ask how we maintained your bodies or if you still kept going to the bathroom or not. Also, there's a change of clothes and a shower right around the corner. Oh hey, it's Yugi and Joey in some weird shitty frame-by-frame sequence where they were stuck destroying the monsters with no attack animation. They don't even show the attack, it's so bad. Like, why even include this? Joey sees the DDR machine running to it immediately, leaving Yugi in the digital world before showing us all exactly what you do when you encounter a pair of boobies. Oh shit. I've made that mistake before. So he gets immediately pissed that Yugi had to stay back because Kaiba was too stupid to find the exit on his own. Once again, leaving me to wonder which character is actually more angry overall. This is all before Noah makes a doorway for Yugi to go to Kaiba that he could have just done in the first place. Hey, I asked Noah why all of a sudden you're trying to help Kaiba. I thought you hated him. Noah just says, kind of a manic episode. I hear the real world has pills for that. I can't wait to try them out. Even Joey apologizes for all the shit talking that he did, but that tends to happen when your freedom is completely taken away. Oh crap, we're back to the duel and Seto draws a card that has a pot on it with a little smile and it seems a little greedy. I'm not 100% sure what it does, so we'll have to get back to you later.
And the first rule of the game is never rely on the power of a single monster to win a duel.
You sure about that? Yugi's now at the Kaiba Corp building because apparently Noah couldn't just warp them directly to the dueling arena that they were already in or just stop the duel because he has power over the entire digital world and just this entire sequence is pointless. Unfortunately, Gozoboro forgot this isn't season 1 where you can only attack once with one monster on your side of the field, destroying Kaiba's ancient lamp and bringing Necros all the way up to 5,800 attack. Back to Kaiba's turn and he's pure classic starter deck Kaiba mode, going into Blue Eyes before using Monster Reborn to bring back ancient lamp from the graveyard. Well, this allows him to special summon the Law Jin from his hand. Seto chooses now to reveal the important lesson that all brothers must must learn the hard way when they inevitably fight with their sister growing up.
I've been attacking its body when I should have been attacking its soul.
Physical damage is never enough. You gotta destroy her heart. Following up on this classic speech with the activation of Soul Demolition, a card that lets you banish cards from your opponent's graveyard at the cost of 500 life points per monster. Because I guess Soul Release wasn't available at the time and has no cost, so that just wouldn't be dramatic enough, because Kaiba only has 2,600 life points, and at the end of the move, they only has 100 life points, so yeah, not dramatic enough. Seto uses this card to banish every piece of Exodia from Gozaboro's graveyard, sounding way more barbaric and intense than he really needs to.
Now the last piece goes!
Oh my god, how'd you even angle your hand like that? That looks so painful. With Exodia now back down to 1800 and looking as basic as can be, Seto tributes both of his monsters for Blue Eyes in classic epic anime fashion, before destroying the monster that haunted his dreams for oh so long, simultaneously defeating his father and getting over all of his daddy issues in one foul swoop. Okay, but might have lied at the end there a little bit. Thanks to his crippling defeat, Gozaboro once again turns into the poorly animated possessed Dark Soul, because who could have guessed that honor thing would have went out the window real quickly. Charging at Kaiba before he's miraculously saved by Yugi, who's apparently standing on this cliff that I guess has controls for the entire dueling arena. The satellite attack hits 0 on the clock, sending down a missile full of love as our heroes try to escape this monster mash flick that I guess we're inside now.
Look! Noah opened another exit!
Why the fuck didn't you just do that before? Why didn't you do that before? Even though Yugi and Seto are back in the real world finally, Noah seems to go into a pod off screen. I mean, I guess they don't really say anything. Finally showing us that Mokuba was just randomly floating in this void all along. Yeah, they really just gloss over what happens to him in that entire situation, don't they? Noah says thanks for giving me a taste of the real world, but I gotta head back to the digital world and take care of some shit, aka a missile's heading towards us and I really want to see some titties before I die. Gozaboro says he's just gonna escape to the real world through another network because it just wouldn't take one line of code to completely fuck that up for him. Just before Noah appears claiming that he sealed all the exits and you and I are gonna have that father-son talk that you owe me, bitch. Using Fiendish Chain to negate all of his father's effects, stop him from attacking the rest of the gang who are now seen on the blimp ready to take off. Unfortunately, all this suspense is cut right down the middle by the single most impressive thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Okay, here's the thing. Steroids are cheap. The missile finally strikes the computer as our heroes try to escape. Unfortunately for them, Father Kaiba's rage is so fucking strong that it becomes the pure manifestation of plasma and destruction. That somehow can maintain a form with a jawline big enough to devour an entire blimp. They crossed the digital world, somehow broke the real world's physics, and projected his voice across the vast ocean while being destroyed. Makes sense. Luckily, Kaiba's blimp turns into a frickin' jet at the mere slamming of a giant red button, allowing them to just barely escape and reflect on everything that just happened.
Yeah, I bet he'll be back.
Me too.
And we never saw Noah again. Well, that's it for this week's episode. I want to thank you all for watching, and of course, a shout out to all my channel members and patrons. By the way, I know episodes have slowed down, and for the most part, I'll never quit doing this completely, but it has been about 2 years, and things haven't grown nearly as fast as I wanted to, and there's just a lot of other stuff I want to do, like other kind of channels I want to make, so look forward to that in the future. I will still continue to do this, but in the meantime, it's a lot of work for basically no money, so you know, I gotta be somewhat smart. Anyways, with all that said, hope you all have a happy holiday, happy new year, and 2024, we're gonna grow even bigger. You know I ain't gonna stop. This is Man from Earth, with all the girth. Be the character you know you're worth. Later. He attacks with, oh my god, that was maximum yuck. It's Father Kaiba's turn now. Noah just says, just kind of a manic episode. I hear the real world has peels for that.